Hey guys, what's up? So, back to just boring old me. I'm just in my house again. But I've just got a couple more Estonia videos to do, and then Jared and I are going to go camping again. We're going to go somewhere else, and so we'll take the video camera. I'm going to try and remember to do that every time I go someplace now, because it is pretty fun to do also. It's kind of cool for us as well, not just showing people, but just so we have a good record. But before I get started on this video, I want to thank Christian. He sent me some stuff from Germany, and it's really cool, and I got it yesterday. Ta-da! Got a Germany flag. Very awesome. And he sent Jared and I each a mug. And I don't have anything in it right now because I'm not drinking anything right this second, but it was super awesome. Thank you so much. It was very cool. And now I'm going to start the video. So back to Estonia. We're done with California business. So I think where we left off is we had just done Laulupidu. Big deal. And we got a couple free days. And after those free days, we did another concert, I think. We did so many concerts that some of them kind of blend together. I can't remember, you know, which one was when and for whom. I don't even know, but they were all awesome concerts. For the most part, it's just, you know, when you do so many in a short amount of time, you kind of forget which one's which. So after that, we headed off again to go stay other places again for like another week or something. So I cannot remember the order of this, but I'm just going to mention it. And if it's out of order, you won't know. It'll only be me and maybe my friends that went with me that'll be like, that's not what we did. So we at some point went to a Russian convent while we were on our way to another place or just out on the road somewhere. And it was really beautiful. They had these big old circular wood piles that had like a peak to them, and they had beautiful rose gardens. And I can't remember if some people didn't go. I'm pretty sure all of us went, but it was just a very peaceful, beautiful place. And they had this natural spring that they let us drink out of. It was really cold, awesome water, and it tasted just like my water back home at my grandparents' house, so that made me pretty happy because I thought, because supposedly their spring was blessed. So I'm like, oh, my Nana and Papa's water must be blessed too because it tastes the same. And then after that, at some point, we also went to the island of Kihnu, which a lot of us called Fish Island. Now, Kihnu is a really small island, like tiny, tiny. And there's not very many people that live there, and I think there's like 2 cars on the whole island or trucks or something. So the ferry that we took to get there was really small and really long, and there are a couple of pictures of us on there. We were all crammed onto this tiny little ferry. It was kind of ridiculous, but we went and they gave us lunch, and the reason we call it Fish Island is because they served us fish soup, which actually was really good, and some other, you know, vegetables and things. And they served us whole cooked trout, which I like fish, but I'm not a big fan of being served a whole fish with scales and eyeballs and everything still on it. And so I did not eat that. I was a little bit too picky at that age. I'm like, I'm not going to peel the skin off right now. I don't really want to deal with scales and fins and everything. So yeah, just a whole lot of fish because I think that's their main industry. And we had a kind of a concert / dancing, just kind of performance in general. We were sat down in like some building, some old church or hall or something, and they performed for us, and it was something like just whatever like the local traditions were, local songs, things like that. We had that happen a lot, and it was really nice. We were all kind of tired though from the ferry ride, so in all honesty, I think a couple people fell asleep. Sorry, people of Kihnu. We were teenagers, kind of rude people. And after that, we went to Pärnu. Pärnu is a beach town, and we loved Pärnu. I loved Pärnu anyway. It was fantastic. One of the highlights of that trip, and this might sound silly to some people, but if you've been staying in random places, you know, for like weeks on end, you'd be really happy to stay in a nice hotel. We actually stayed in a hotel there. That's what was available for us. And it wasn't like, you know, the Hilton or some 5-star hotel or anything, but it was a newer hotel. And so it was just really nice. It wasn't a weird random dorm with gross showers. It was a real room with regular beds and a real bathroom, and it was wonderful. And the beach was beautiful, the water was warm, beautiful weather while we were there. We were in Pernu for a jazz festival because it wasn't just a chamber choir. Remember I said two of the jazz groups went. I was in one of the jazz groups. And so we got to perform as part of this jazz festival on one of the stages there, you know, not too far from our hotel. It was really awesome, super laid back. I think we did a couple of concerts there, and we had some time to play on the beach. In fact, we played on the beach a lot, and a lot of people got sunburned. Not me, I was okay. But one of the days, me and my friends Brian and Corey, we rented rollerblades, and you can actually like rollerblade around on the boardwalk, and it was just super cool. And they had all this like crazy playground equipment on the beach. One of them was, we call it a reverse teeter-totter. It's like where you hold on with your hands, or seesaw, sorry if you don't know what teeter-totter is. So a seesaw is where it's like, you know, a board and one person sits on each end, and it, you know, you go up and down and up and down. Well, they had ones where you hold on with your hands, and it's like high up in the air, and you like push with your feet. And my friend Corey called it a danger totter, and he actually, a few years ago, he built one at his house, and it is really dangerous. Not the ones we were playing on in Estonia, but the one that Corey made is really dangerous. I've seen people fall off of it, and I've played on it, and it's scary but fun at the same time, because you go really high off the ground. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, we just had fun playing around, and Bobby McFerrin, if you don't know who that is, he's just a really amazing vocalist, musician. He does jazz things, but he's just kind of in a category all his own, I think. He was the headliner of the jazz festival that we were performing at. We didn't get to perform with him, but we did get to go to a concert of his. And a bunch of us, I got to shake his hand. I didn't get to sit down and talk with him, but a bunch of people from our choir got to sit down and talk to him, which is really awesome because he's famous in the serious music world. So it was pretty nifty. And while we were at that concert, there was like, of course there were drinks and food and everything, and I got in line to get some drinks. This is one little thing I remember. And the line was so long that some of my other friends were coming up to me and giving me money, and they're like, can you order me a beer or whatever when you get to the front, and I'll just come and grab it when you're up there. So I was like holding everyone's place in line. And by the time I got to the front, I, no joke, was ordering 20 drinks because people just kept coming up to me. So the person that was serving the drinks was like, 20? Really? 20 drinks? You're not going to be able to carry all those. I'm like, don't worry, I have people coming to get them. So that was just a silly little thing I do remember. And something else about Pernu, it was the last place that our friends that were only staying for 2 weeks, it was the last place they got to go. They had to get in a taxi and leave straight from there. But before they left, we had all kinds of fun playing crazy card games. There is a card game that I was taught in my senior year of high school, I think, and it is called Mao. I'm not going to explain the rules to you, but I will tell you that it is a game where you make up rules as you go. As each person wins a hand of it, they get to make up a rule, and everybody has to figure out the rule, and the rules are really silly most of the time. I made the mistake of teaching people in my choir how to play this, and at first it was really fun, like, oh yay, we're playing this game, but then it became really, really obnoxious. So, games we played on the beach, and games we played with the friends that had to leave was really, you know, fun and innocent and everything, but the games that some of my friends were playing while I was trying to go to sleep was not super fun, because one of the rules they made up was that whenever you put down a certain card, you had to burst into my room and tell me how much you loved me. I love you, Amanda. And so I didn't really get a lot of sleep because I had a person coming in my door in my hotel room I swear it was like every 20 minutes to tell me that they love me. It was really, it's nice to hear people tell you that they love you, but not when you're trying to sleep, and not when they scream it, when they jump through your door. So anyway, it was still funny. We did kind of get in trouble at that hotel because our choir was so rowdy that some Finnish tourists that were staying there asked for a refund because they couldn't get any sleep either. So that wasn't super awesome. Oops. So anyway, that was a pretty fun time. I think I'll probably stop the video here. I think I have just one more video to do after this, and it's just our last last few days in Tallinn, really, getting to be with our homestays and everything. And there is one more pretty crazy story to tell you, but you'll have to wait for the next video for that. There are not very many pictures for these last few videos. I am so sorry. I just got super flaky taking pictures, I guess, and I didn't scan in that many either. I don't know what I was thinking when I was scanning my pictures. I didn't scan all of them in, but anyway, sorry. You just gotta look at this boring, unanimated face. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. I hope to get a video up next week, but I'm super busy with 4th of July stuff and dance team, so we'll see. Hopefully I can do it. Alright, see you guys later.